Hey, good evening. This is Mac Jones back with another video. I have an order, a rather large order, so I'm very happy about that, of soaps that I'm about to pack up. So I figured I would show you the process of me doing my soaps from beginning to end, because at the moment with the new release that I hadn't quite packaged up everything, like, you know, shrink wrapped it and it had the labels on it, so when people order you can just grab and pack and everything. I hadn't done that at the moment, so I'm about to do all of that now. I'm gonna have to put it, you know, in a bag, shrink wrap it, do all of them, and then I'm gonna head downstairs to use my computer to make my labels. And then of course from there I'm going to label the soap, make sure, you know, I have the weight and everything for it. Then I'm going to package it up, then get the weight of the package with everything in it, you know, the shreds, the soap, my business cards, everything in there, and then bundle it up and then put it into the system so I can go ahead and get my print off the shipping label. But yes, this is going to be a process. Like I said, I have a rather large order. It is a total of 13 soaps in one. I'm gonna show you real quick because I'm like super excited. This is what we're looking at. This is, if you can see it, it's my citrus bursts, of course. I have 3 vanilla lavenders, I have 2 of my nurtures, 2 of the wood, sage and sea salt, and then of course the cranberry dreams. So the person that ordered this, they picked very well. Okay, the cranberry one, of course, like I said before, or I mentioned on my Instagram, which is going to be right up here, that is my favorite. From the way that it turned out, the drop swirl, how all that looked, that's my favorite off top. The citrus burst is actually pretty good too. Highly moisturized, has a high amount of olive oil, and the citrus scent is just to die for. So this person, of course, picked a little bit of everything. So I'm looking forward to packaging this up. Of course, writing them, you know, a little thank you note. But yeah, like I said, it is. Matter of fact, it is late actually. I honestly should be getting ready to go to bed. But when someone orders from me, I really like to get it out as soon as possible. Today is Sunday, and the current time from looking at my TV is 11:53. So like I said, I want to get stuff out as soon as possible when people order from me. So it's Sunday evening or Sunday late night. So what I'm about to do is package this so that tomorrow morning I can drop it in the mailbox. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling on and just show you what it is that I do, how I do it. And hopefully it's something that can help you, or hopefully you just enjoy watching this type of videos. All right, then that's enough. Here's the simple part, me putting everything into the bags and getting it ready for me to pull out my heat and seal machine. Matter of fact, I take it back. It's simple, but it's not simple. The struggle is so real with trying to get these thick bars into these shrink wrap bags. Here's my heat and seal machine that I had mentioned early on. Now, when I first started my business, this is one of them things I was like, oh, maybe I don't need it right away and everything. And at first it's just like, that might not be that important. Well, needless to say, once I actually got started my business and, I understood the importance of having the heat and seal machine. And this particular one, I actually got it out of Michael's at a really good price. And at first when I bought it, I was like, well, this is going to be something temporary for me to have until, more money starts coming in from the business so that I can reinvest into the business. But thankfully, this machine has lasted me for about a year. And honestly, so far, so good. I haven't had any issues with it. It did come with an extra, I believe it's a heating plate, or heating strip, I think it is. And yeah, it's worked really good for me so far. So I can't even complain about it. And again, I got it from out of Michael's. Next up is my heat gun. This is one of those items that when I first decided to start my soap business, when I was first buying everything that I figured I would need, this is one of those items that I ordered and I wasn't sure of how soon I was going to use it, if I was going to use it at all, but I know that I was going to need it at some point. So I ordered this particular heating gun off of Amazon. And although it's a little larger than what, you may see some people use, again, it has benefited me greatly. I haven't had any issues with it. And I do put the extra attachment on so that, in a sense, to direct the heat more so towards what I'm doing. Right here, before I actually shrink wrap it, I always like to cut off any excess plastic that is past the point of where it's actually sealed up. And I do that just for aesthetics, because if I shrink wrap it and I have the extra on, it kind of has like a tail type deal going on at the top. So it looks better to me once I cut off the excess before I actually shrink wrap it. And once I start shrink wrapping, sometimes what may happen is I do have to pinch a small hole in the top of it, because when I start shrink wrapping it, what will happen is it'll have like a bubble effect around it. And so once I pinch the little hole, then I'm able to actually get the plastic adhered to the actual soap itself. At this stage, I am weighing all of my soaps. As you can see, they have already been shrink wrapped and everything. But every time, once I shrink wrap my soap, like I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't do all of this beforehand once I was done with the release and everything. So I'm having to do it now for this particular order going out. So what I do, I measure all soaps, because before I actually package up my soaps, or when I'm actually typing up my label, I should say, I put on the label itself how much the soap actually weighs. If you can tell, the soaps like my Citrus Burst and the Nurture soap, the Citrus Burst is the one with the fruit, the actual orange slice that's in it. And the Nurture is the one that has the honeycomb top to it. Those two were made in my individual modes, my individual square modes, versus Cranberry Dream. That was actually made in my regular loaf mode. So of course the cut on it is going to be different. But those also weighed two different amounts or whatever. So like I said, when I do my labels, the weight of the soap is actually on it. And then right here, I had to go ahead and come on downstairs to my son's room where we have a computer at. And this is where I print all my labels at. I use Avery labels right now because, again, they work for me right now. I can get the labels easily out of Walmart, out of Staples, or really any office type store. And so I just go to avery.com. I pull up I input the type of label that I have based off, I think it's like a 5 or 6 digit number that's on the pack of labels that you purchase. I put that into the Avery website, and then I have a list of labels that come up that will fit the particular labels that I have. It's a lot of designs that's up there. I kind of keep mine nice and simple to where I have like the big title for my soap. I'm able to put my business name up there, and then right up under that I have the ingredients. And up under the ingredients, I also list the day that it was made, and I also list the weight of the soap. I forgot to record it, but here's my soaps. They are perfectly shrink wrapped, and I have also put my labels on. With Citrus Burst, I put the label on the back because I want the customers to be able to see the slice of, or the orange slice that is on the front of it. But as you can see, everything else is, like I said, perfectly labeled, wrapped, and everything, and it is ready to go. It's ready for my next step. Now, here is where the real struggle comes in. I'm not sure how many people may have actually been through the process of you're packing up an order, or you're about to pack up an order and you realize you have to prep your box. Sometimes this is the biggest struggle for me, especially when I'm doing it and my family is asleep. So I don't have those extra hands. Like, hey, put your hand here, put a finger here or something. So I usually have to find something that is close by, usually my soap, sometimes other things, if I have a book or something close by. But for the most part, I then have to find something that's close by that is going to be heavy enough for me to put on top of the box while I get the tape together to perfectly lay it up there and everything and secure the bottom of the box. This goes on, honestly, this process for me goes on for at least a good 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, because when I'm sitting on a package, I want it to be secure. I want it to look perfect. I want the tape smooth, both at the bottom, holding the bottom of the box, and both the tape that is going to go on top. So it takes me a minute. Am I successful every time with making sure it's smooth? Hell no. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I will say about 90% of the time, I'm able to get it nice and smooth like I like it. Once I was able to secure the bottom of the box properly and put in there some of the stuffing, I went ahead and wanted to play around with how I was going to actually package the soap, how it would look when the customer actually receives it and then open it. Being that the customer ordered 13 bars of soap, which, by the way, I'm very excited about. But being that the customer had ordered 13 bars of soap, all that soap did not fit into one box. So what I then had to do was grab one of my other boxes and, of course, again, go through the struggle of putting it together and everything. But I had to use 2 separate packages to put the soap in because I didn't want to stuff everything into one box. I still wanted it to be presentable. I still wanted to have the space to put my business card on top, put the invoice in the inside and everything. I wanted it nice and secure, but I didn't want it stuffed, like overly packed. So that is why you see me getting another box together. Now that I have my boxes all packaged up, I have my shred, the shredded paper on the inside, my business card on top, my invoice stuck on the side. Now this is the final layer for me. When I get to this step, it is like it solidifies that I am completely done with the package, and I can put my sticker on it and sit it off to the side for me to grab in the morning. This right here, these are some stickers I had ordered off of Etsy that, like I said, once I'm done with the package, I put it up there on the outside and sit it off to the side, and I grab it the next day. Now, being that this particular customer had ordered 13 bars of soap and all 13 could not fit in one box, I ended up using two different boxes. But what I did, I took the shipping label and I stuck that at the very bottom of the box. And then I had my final sticker across the top of it. You'll see as it gets closer to the end how the final packaging looks. But this is what I was working with, and this is how I decided to do it. Now, when you look at this next clip, I know the one thing that may cross your mind is, girl, why don't you have a label printer, a printing machine to print out the labels? I will be the first to tell you that is next up on my list to buy. That is just one of them things I have not yet purchased. So every time I have an order, I print off the shipping label And I, fold it nice and neat so that I can put it on a package. And I put the tape over it to secure it and to also keep it from coming off while shipping or whatnot. So next up, definitely a label printer. Definitely. Please, whatever you do not ask me where I got this genius idea from to stack these boxes and tape them together the way I did. Right here, all I'm doing is just cleaning up the extra tape that was hanging off from how I put the tape on the boxes to secure both of them together. Although it looks crazy, I must say I am very happy that this worked out and the customer did in fact receive both of her boxes. I tried to make sure that they were as secure as possible. They looked nice and neat, very presentable, and they had the needed information on it while also showcasing my business sticker.